If you are monitoring manifestations and at that point making your statements of how you're doing, the momentum is already too far down the road and you have very little control. But when you start caring about the way you feel and you are caring about the emotions and you are deliberately taking something that feels a little good and focusing on it until it increases and becomes more, before you know it, and we're talking about days really, manifestations of things that you have been wanting for a very long time will begin being realized by you in your experience. And at those realization points, you're going to then say, well, I guess I've been getting this right. And so that's just the process. Try it a little. Try to feel for the feeling of fun just for a few days and watch what happens in your life. Try to feel for a feeling of appreciation just for a few days and watch what happens in your life. Show yourself how you have come closer to who you are with these general thoughts. You didn't trip over. Esther's been talking a lot about what she's tripping over. She said to at least 5 members of her staff, maybe not the mobile crew, but the home crew, I'm tired of tripping over that. Let's do something about that. I don't want to trip over that anymore. I don't want to trip over that anymore. Well, she didn't even realize she was saying, I don't want to trip over that, until she tripped over that. And now that she's tripped over that around the world, she tripped over that. It's got her attention. I'm going to stop saying I'm going to stop tripping over that. I'm not going to trip over that. Scotty said, oh, I'm really sorry about that. And Esther said, I create my own reality. Damn it. I create my own reality. Nobody's responsible for anything that happens to me. Everything that comes to me is as a result of what I've got going on vibrationally. Don't you love knowing that? And don't you love manifestations that explain to you what you've got going on vibrationally? Don't you love that? Mm-hmm. Would you really want it to be any other way? No. And don't you love knowing that it's all for you? Doesn't it feel good to be in that spotlight? Yes, yes. Don't you like being in that spotlight where everything that is occurring in your experience is a reflection of what you're doing vibrationally, what you're doing emotionally, how you are tending to your own point of attraction? Let's talk about the anatomy of thoughts just for a little bit, because you think about it in terms of your physical body, but let's talk about what a vibration is, what energy is, what a thought is, and what an emotion is. And we're going to use these really, really big, bold, not even very accurate terms. We just want to give you a sense of how it all works, because at the very basis of who you are offering vibrations at a cellular level, and that cellular level of vibrations is not comprehensible to you in the sense that you do not have the ability to translate the thinking of your cells into something that is very meaningful to you. In other words, there's no psychological conversation that's going on that's going to be very meaty for you. It's not a political discussion. Esther was on an airplane yesterday listening to men talking about the college football games, and Esther realized she doesn't know anything about any of these teams. It was really upsetting to her. She just wished that they would talk a little bit about some team that she knows. Just throw out one name I know, but no. It was all these things that Esther's never focused on, and Esther thought, I need to brush up on my college football, because if I'm going to eavesdrop, I need to be in the loop a little bit, because this conversation just sounds like blah, 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 blah to me. It was not meaningful at all to Esther. Well, there are a lot of things that are not meaningful to you because you don't have enough momentum going about them. And until you have some momentum going, it's not very meaningful. So you get to choose the things that are meaningful to you. So there are things that are going on in your physical body, points of attraction, that really are not of any of your concern, because it's a language that you don't need to articulate into anything very specific. But the cells of your body are collectively, in a sort of mass consciousness way, emitting a consensus of how they're doing, which you can feel emotionally. So if you are looking for evidence of feeling good and finding even the slightest evidence, and then you are taking that emotion of feeling good and you're actually commenting on it. I feel good. Ooh, I feel good in my body today. Now you've increased the momentum of that. Are you getting a sense of what we're talking about? And that's what you want to do relative to all subjects all day, every day. Add emphasis to the ones that feel good and de-emphasize the ones that feel bad by taking your attention from them. And then watch what happens. You are supposed to be living the manifestations that you want. You are supposed to be living all of those manifestations. You haven't sifted through life and put all of those things into your vibrational reality, into your vortex of creation for no reason. You've put it there for the reason that it must continue to grow. It is illogical. It is wrong for you to have put things into your vortex that are not being allowed by you to come to your realization, to your actualization. That's the thing that's causing you all of your stress. 100% of your negative emotion exists because you have created a reality that you are blocking yourself from. It's not because somebody else is preventing it, and it's not because you've done something wrong, and it's not because of this condition or this condition or this condition. The only reason that you feel any negative emotion at all is because you are expanded beyond what you are right now willing to allow. And the thing that is so interesting about that is that the reason that you're disallowing all that you want to manifest into full realization is because you're not willing to feel good enough. You're not willing to feel good. Oh no, I shouldn't feel good over that. That lady is sick, and that person doesn't have enough money, and
it's selfish.
There's this going on, and it's just not normal. It's just not normal. People would think I was nuts if they knew that I'm just happy, happy, happy all the time with all this stuff going on. And we say, got to give up what anybody else thinks, and you got to care about how you feel, and then watch the momentum of your life pinpoint accurately for you the perfection, the brilliance, the worthiness, and the blessedness of who you are. And Esther did not know that a month ago like she knows it now, because she had not had the benefit of a magnificent manifestation punctuating her point of attraction. She didn't even know she had that point of attraction going. Oh, she was happy, and she knew she was feeling good, and she knew that she was feeling good a lot, and she knew that she was feeling good on purpose. She just didn't know what feeling good like that for a consistent period of time would yield to her. You see what we're getting at?